So to organize our K5 Abeka curriculum, today I am going to be using a flex binder, the 1.5 inch 300 sheet capacity. So before we start putting anything in the binder, the first thing we're going to be doing is looking at our video manual. The video manual is pretty much what's going to help us figure out what are the sections that we're going to be needing, as well as when do certain quarters finish. Then I'm also going to be using these little divider tabs that I bought at the dollar store just to help me divide things up in the textbooks themselves. And on the side, I have just some loose leaf paper and a pen to take some notes down as I look through the video manual. So if we go to the back of the video manual where the progress reports are at, if you look on the top right hand corner, you're going to see that it's going to give you the grading period and the lessons that the grading periods are going to be on. I'm taking note of these lessons down because this is how I am going to be placing the tabs in the student workbooks. I'll be dividing it based on the lessons that are covered in those quarters. One thing that I'm noticing is that the K5 curriculum is divided into 6 different progress reports. So what I'm going to do is that the first and the second one, those are at 60 lessons. I'm going to group those into quarter 1. And then quarter 3, I'll make 2, 4th, I'll make 3rd, 5th, I'll make 4th, and then the 6th one, I'll make 5th. As the year goes, maybe I'll combine some of those together, but for right now, this is how I'm going to label those workbooks. We'll see if throughout the year the pace changes a little bit, then maybe I might combine other quarters together, but for right now, and for progress report reasons, I'm just gonna keep it as is. Now I'm going into the teacher manual because I want to see exactly when is it that one of the workbooks are going to be introduced. So I'm gonna look here and I see that is on lesson 121 that they are going to be beginning God's world. So all I'm gonna do is add a little tab inside my video manual so that when the time is approaching, I already have a reminder letting me know to start getting this stuff ready. Now, if we look at the beginning of the video manual, you're going to see that they're gonna give some example schedules, just some ideas on how to break it up, and they have different examples per grade level also for you to see. And then it has the subject descriptions and grading. And I'm looking at the subject descriptions and the grading area just because I want to see which workbooks align to the subjects. Next, I'm going to look at day 1 in the video manual. I just love how descriptive it is, and also to look at the layout that is going to also be seen on the DVD. We personally like the layout that comes with the DVD, and when I organize the binder, I organize it according to that. If you want to put yours in a different order, that's perfectly fine. So as I'm looking here, I'm going to be doing 5 tabs. The first tab is going to be Think and Learn. The second tab will be Letters and Sounds. Third tab will be Writing. Fourth tab will be Numbers. And the 5th tab is going to be the activity time. That is when social studies and science will be covered. Next, I am going to write the name of the classes in the tabs of the binder. We personally like writing the names of the classes instead of the name of the workbook because it just makes more sense to us. We just grab the binder and we use the binder with the DVD. So if she is in skills development, I want her to be on the skills development tab. If she is in numbers, I want her to be in the numbers tab. To me, it correlates so much better that way than just putting the title of the workbook. The extra loose leaf paper that comes in the back of the flex binder, I'm just simply removing it. She's not going to use it. My son will use it, so I'm just saving that for his work. Now there's going to be 2 extra tabs. There's a couple of things that we can do here. We can use this for the seat work that gets introduced later on, and that's how I'm going to use it. However, seat work is not going to be introduced until later on in the year, and she will have that Bible activity book book. So what I'm doing is I'm labeling as the seat work. However, in the meantime, I'll just put the Bible activity sheets in there, and when the time comes, I'll just switch it off. Now moving on to the student workbooks. For this, I'm going to be using my tabs, and I'm going to go through every single one of the student workbooks and divide it according to the sections that I had already taken notes on. Now this is going to be super quick and simple because at the bottom right hand corner of all of the workbook pages, you see the lesson numbers. So that makes it super easy, quick, and simple to do. Now the awesome thing about doing this way is that it's set up for the entire year. So all you really have to do is open up the notebook, tear out the pages up to the tab, and then you're done. That's what we're gonna do right now. I'm going to be ripping the very first page of the workbook because that I'm going to add in the dividers so we know which textbook is in there. And then I'm going to rip out the rest of the workbook pages up to that very first tab because that is going to indicate the end of the first section. Now I'm ready to start hole punching. I love my hole puncher. I bought it last year on Amazon. I'll link it down below if any of you guys are interested. It goes through a big stack of paper at once. It makes the hole punching process super quick and streamlined. Now the very last step is super quick and simple. All I'm doing is adding that cover sheet to the divider and then adding all the papers that I already ripped out and hole punched into each of the designated areas. After I'm done filling the entire binder, I'm simply adding the arithmetic flashcards right in the front so they're readily available. So now that I'm done organizing my binder, my next step is going to be to organize my resources that I have over here. And I like to use these little book bins. I got these off of Amazon. I'll link it down below if you are interested. They came 6 to a pack. And I just love this color very much. Even my Keurig is this color. I love the teal color, so that's the only reason why I got that color. Pretty much what I'm going to do here is one bin is going to be for the student consumables, and then the other bin is going to be for the parent resources. I just personally like to keep the student consumables and the parent resources separate just because it makes it easier for my husband and I to handle. For the parent resources, I'm going to put this My Blend word book in there along with the video manual and the answer keys. So these 3 things I'm going to put on parent resources right here. And you know what? I'm also going to add in there the mini alphabet flashcards. I already have last year's laminated and we use them often when my daughter and I do phonics. So for now, I'm just going to place these like this in there, and if something happens to my other ones, I'll use those. Now for all the student resources, that's everything else, all these other consumables that are already tagged and everything, I'm simply going to place in here. And along with that, I'm going to place the readers as well. The way that we've done it, our kids don't really ever touch this. This is for my husband and I to handle. They have everything that they need in their binder. When the time comes and my daughter is done with everything in her binder and it's time to move on to the next section, all I do is I take these workbooks out and I will tear up all the way up to the tab. And that is a very quick process. And I'll do that for all the books, and then I'll put them back here. And these right here, my husband and I will just remove the one that we need at the time and add it into her binder. My husband was very good about that last year when it came to my son's readers. He knew exactly where everything was at because this is the system we followed. And it just streamlined absolutely everything. Then I have this little cubby thing that I've had for years from IKEA, and this is where I pretty much sort our curriculum for right now. It's a little bit messy because I'm in the process of removing things and adding new things, but this right-hand corner cubby is for my daughter. So this is where all of our resources will be and her video lessons as well. And then the bottom one will be for my son. I just have all the stuff from his old curriculum. This is the system that that we love and that we will continue to be using. It just works so well for our family structure and the way that we do things. I hope that this process has been helpful to you. Go ahead and let me know in the comments below, what are some of the ways that you organize your homeschool curriculum, and what are some of the things that you use to help you have a much smoother year. If you're interested in seeing other homeschooling videos, make sure to check my homeschool playlist. And if there is a video that you would like me to make that you would find helpful to you, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. I always love hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.